When someone who loves you seems to ignore you, it may feel confusing and painful. This behavior often prompts the question, why does someone who cares about me give the impression of being distant? The answers to this question can be complex and rooted deeply in emotional availability and the energy dynamics of love, which we will explore in this video. Emotional availability defines how ready a person is to participate actively and openly in a relationship. It's a crucial aspect of building and maintaining healthy connections, but it's not always aligned with the capacity to love. A person can hold deep love for another, yet struggle to express it due to various internal and external factors. Understanding this can be key to managing feelings of neglect or misunderstanding from a loved one. A major factor influencing emotional availability is past experiences. Individuals who have encountered betrayal, loss, or heartbreak might subconsciously shield themselves from being fully open as a protective measure against potential pain. This guardedness can be misinterpreted as indifference or neglect. It's important to recognize that these barriers are not reflections of their feelings for you, but rather a self-defense mechanism against the vulnerabilities that come with deep emotional connections. Another aspect is personal stress or mental health issues. These can take up significant emotional space in a person's life, reducing their capacity to engage as they typically would. Stress, anxiety, or depression can overshadow their ability to present in relationships, making them appear withdrawn. It's crucial to consider these factors as potential reasons for perceived neglect, which has more to do with their current state of mind than their feelings for the relationship. Discussing love purely as an emotion might be too limiting. Viewing it as a form of energy offers a more expansive understanding. Love as energy is ever present and not always dependent on outward expressions or affirmations, and sometimes the energy of love is more about a steadfast presence rather than active participation. Recognizing this can help us see that a person's quiet periods or seeming lack of engagement does not necessarily equal a lack of love. Energy dynamics in a relationship are crucial. They often dictate how love is expressed and received. Each person brings their own energy into a relationship, influenced by their emotional state, life experiences, and personal character. When these energies are out of sync, it might seem like love is absent, but in reality, it's just expressed differently. Understanding and respecting each person's energy needs can lead to a more harmonious relationship. The subtleties of energy exchange in love mean that what feels like neglect might actually be a form of love. And for instance, giving space can be a significant indicator of trust and respect for another's need for personal growth and space. This form of love is not about ignoring, but respecting and honoring each other's need for self-development. In many relationships, individuals unconsciously employ protection mechanisms that can create barriers to full emotional engagement. These mechanisms are usually formed in response to previous negative experiences or the inherent fear of emotional pain. For someone observing these behaviors without context, it might seem as though their loved one is ignoring them or withholding affection. However, these actions are often defense strategies against vulnerability. Protection in relationships can manifest in various ways. Some individuals might withdraw as a means to guard themselves against the potential hurt that comes with deep emotional connections. Others may exhibit unusually aloof behavior, not as a reflection of their feelings toward their partner, but as a self-protective measure to maintain control over their emotional state. It's important for both partners to recognize these behaviors as coping mechanisms rather than indicators of diminishing love. Understanding and addressing these protective barriers requires patience and a gentle approach. Open communication about each other's fears and past pains can help break down these walls, and it allows both partners to understand the root causes of the emotional distance and work together towards a more open and supportive relationship dynamic. Another crucial aspect to consider is the role of communication styles in perceived neglect. Differences in how individuals communicate their thoughts, feelings, and affection can lead to misunderstandings. And if one partner expresses love through actions and another through words, this discrepancy can sometimes be misinterpreted as neglect or disinterest. Effective communication is about more than just talking. It's about connecting in a way that both partners feel heard and understood. It involves actively listening to each other's needs and expressing oneself in a manner that the other can relate to. When communication gaps exist, they can often be bridged by developing a mutual understanding of each other's unique communication styles. For instance, if one partner requires more verbal affirmations of love, while the other shows love through acts of service, both need to express and negotiate their needs openly. Acknowledging and adapting to these differences can prevent feelings of being ignored and enhance the emotional connection within the relationship. In fostering better communication, it is vital not to assume malintent or disinterest simply based on the frequency or style of interaction. Instead, engaging in honest dialogues about each partner's communication preferences can illuminate how each person shows their love and cares, even if it's not in the most expected way. By understanding the complexities of protection mechanisms and communication styles, we can see that being ignored might not be a sign of diminished love, but rather an interplay of personal histories and individual ways of expressing affection. Moving forward, it's beneficial for partners to explore these areas with empathy and openness, aiming to strengthen their connection and deepen their understanding of each other's expressions of love. Self-reflection is a powerful tool in any relationship. It involves looking inward to understand one's own needs, desires, and reactions within the relationship dynamic. This introspective practice can illuminate why certain behaviors from a loved one might be perceived as neglect or indifference. Often, our reactions are influenced by our expectations or past experiences, which may not always align with our partner's intentions or actions. Engaging in self-reflection allows individuals to dissect their feelings and identify whether these are based on current relationship dynamics or are echoes of past experiences. For instance, if someone feels ignored because their partner does not call them frequently, it's worth considering whether this expectation is a personal preference for constant communication or a response to past neglect. Understanding these nuances helps in addressing emotional responses constructively rather than attributing them directly to a partner's lack of care. This process also encourages personal growth by highlighting areas where one might be projecting their insecurities or unresolved issues onto their partner. By acknowledging and working through these personal challenges, individuals can approach the relationship with a clearer perspective and healthier expectations, reducing the likelihood of feeling undeservedly ignored. In relationships, energy dynamics play a pivotal role in shaping interactions and perceptions. Each person brings their own energy into a relationship, influenced by their emotional state, life experiences, and overall well-being. When these energies are out of balance, it might feel like one person is giving more while the other seems distant or unengaged. Balancing these energies involves understanding and respecting each other's emotional bandwidth. It's essential to recognize when your partner might need space to recharge or when they are simply managing their energy differently. This understanding can prevent misinterpretations of their actions as neglectful. It's about appreciating that love can be constant, even if the demonstrations of it fluctuate due to the everyday demands placed on each person's energy reserves. Discussing energy needs openly can greatly enhance relationship dynamics. Partners can negotiate how to best support each other in maintaining their individual energies while nurturing the relationship's collective energy. For example, agreeing on quality time that respects both partners' need for interaction and solitude can help in maintaining a balanced relationship where no one feels overly drained or ignored. Through self-reflection and understanding the balance of energies, relationships can thrive on a deeper mutual understanding and respect. This approach allows both partners to feel valued and loved even when the external expressions of love vary more than expected. Moving forward, adopting a mindset that seeks to understand rather than react can transform perceived neglect into an opportunity for strengthening bonds and deepening love. Understanding that love can manifest in various forms beyond constant verbal or physical presence is essential. Actions that signify deep affection are often subtle and may not align with traditional expectations of what attention looks like. For instance, a partner may express their love through consistent support during challenging times, such as being there when needed without having to be asked, or through their commitment to mutual goals and dreams, even if they are not always physically present. Moreover, love can also be shown through the respect for personal boundaries. A loving partner understands the importance of personal space and self-care, recognizing that these aspects are vital for the health of both individuals and the relationship overall. This respect might be mistaken for neglect, but is, in fact, a profound expression of love, rooted in a desire for long-term happiness and well-being rather than immediate gratification. Recognizing these less obvious signs requires a shift in perspective from quantifying how often love is shown to qualifying the depth and sincerity of those expressions. Appreciating these subtler gestures can diminish feelings of being ignored and enhance the appreciation of the relationship's true depth. Establishing and maintaining healthy practices in relationships is key to mitigating feelings of neglect and fostering a supportive and loving environment. Open communication stands at the forefront of these practices. It involves regularly sharing thoughts, feelings, and expectations with one another in a clear and respectful manner. This does not only pertain to articulating affection, but also to discussing discomforts and misinterpretations that may arise. Creating a routine for regular check-ins can be beneficial. These check-ins provide a dedicated time for both partners to voice their feelings and concerns, ensuring that no one feels sidelined or ignored. They serve as a preventive measure against the buildup of resentment or misunderstanding and reinforce the security each person feels within the relationship. Practicing empathy is critical. Trying to understand and share the feelings of your partner can bridge a lot of gaps that might appear as neglect. Empathy allows individuals to connect on an emotional level, validating each other's feelings and reinforcing their emotional ties, regardless of the physical or verbal expressions of love. True love not only accepts but also encourages growth and independence within the relationship. Recognizing that each partner has unique aspirations and needs is crucial for fostering a supportive environment where individual growth is valued alongside the relationship's development. This growth-oriented approach can sometimes be misinterpreted as emotional distance, when in reality, it's a sign of a mature, loving relationship where both individuals are encouraged to become their best selves. This encouragement of personal development often involves supporting each other's interests and careers, even if it means spending time apart. Such support shows a deep respect for the other's individuality and an understanding that personal fulfillment contributes to the health of the relationship. The ability to pursue personal goals independently enriches the individuals, which in turn enriches the relationship. When both partners are growing and satisfied individually, the collective happiness and strength of their bond increase. Moving beyond the traditional indicators of attention, deep love can manifest in numerous thoughtful and significant ways. One such sign is proactive problem solving within the relationship. When a partner anticipates potential issues and addresses them before they become problematic, it shows a deep commitment and understanding of the relationship's dynamics. This foresight may not always be accompanied by grand gestures or overt signs of affection, but is a profound demonstration of love and dedication. Another subtle yet powerful expression of love is the consistency in small acts of kindness. These might include always making sure to share responsibilities, listening attentively, or making small sacrifices that make the other's day easier or more pleasant. These actions often go unnoticed in the daily routine, but are indicative of a deep-seated respect and care for one another's well-being. Commitment to mutual respect, even during conflicts, is a clear indicator of deep love. Handling disagreements with patience and understanding, striving to reach solutions that respect both partners' viewpoints, demonstrates a foundational respect and love that transcends mere affectionate displays. Healthy interactions are the bedrock of any strong relationship. To foster these, it is essential to establish and maintain open lines of communication. Partners should feel comfortable discussing their feelings, needs, and concerns without fear of judgment or reprisal. Regular, structured conversations can help maintain this openness, ensuring that both partners stay connected and aware of each other's emotional states. Another key aspect of fostering healthy interactions is the practice of active listening. This means truly hearing and trying to understand your partner's perspective rather than simply waiting for your turn to speak. It involves empathy and a genuine interest in what the other person is expressing, which can significantly reduce feelings of being ignored or undervalued. Consistency in these efforts is vital. Relationships thrive on the security that comes from knowing your partner is committed to maintaining a healthy, supportive environment. This consistency should extend to all interactions, whether they're daily routines or handling major life events. To deepen emotional connections, it is important to engage in activities that strengthen the bond beyond routine interactions. This could involve setting aside time for shared interests and hobbies, which provides opportunities for joy and leisure together. Such shared experiences can reinforce the partnership and create lasting memories, further solidifying the emotional bond. Showing appreciation and gratitude regularly can greatly enhance emotional closeness. Expressing thanks for the everyday efforts your partner makes acknowledges their contributions to the relationship and validates their role in your life. This recognition helps build a deeper appreciation for each other, which is fundamental in feeling connected and loved. It is also beneficial to maintain a balance of individuality within the union. Encouraging each other to pursue personal interests and friendships outside the relationship can lead to a healthier and more balanced partnership. This approach helps individuals maintain their sense of self while being part of a committed relationship, reducing the potential for resentment and enhancing mutual respect. Mutual support encompasses both partners, providing emotional backing and practical assistance to each other. This dual approach ensures that each partner feels supported not just in times of crisis, but also in their everyday endeavors and personal ambitions. Establishing a routine where both individuals check in on each other's needs and progress helps maintain this support system. It encourages a culture of care and attentiveness, which can significantly reduce feelings of neglect or being taken for granted. It's also important to foster resilience within the relationship by facing challenges together. Whether these are internal conflicts or external pressures, tackling them as a team strengthens the bond and reinforces a sense of partnership. This collective approach to problem solving builds a foundation of trust and mutual reliance, critical elements in any long-lasting relationship. It's essential to recap the importance of recognizing the depth and variety of expressions of love within a relationship. Understanding that someone who appears to ignore you may actually be expressing their affection in less obvious ways is crucial. This insight helps in navigating the complexities of emotional availability, communication styles, and personal protective mechanisms that each partner brings to the relationship. To maintain a healthy relationship dynamic, it's vital to practice open communication, engage in active listening, and appreciate the subtle signs of love that transcend traditional expressions of affection. Regularly engaging in shared activities, expressing gratitude, and supporting each other's personal growth and independence are also key practices that deepen emotional connections. Relationships require ongoing effort and adaptation. The strategies discussed should not be seen as a one-time fix, but as continual practices that evolve along with the relationship. By maintaining a commitment to these principles, couples can foster a nurturing environment where both partners feel valued, understood, and deeply connected. Accepting these principles will not only help mitigate feelings of being ignored, but also enhance the overall quality and satisfaction within the relationship. Remember that every relationship is unique, and the willingness to adapt and grow together is perhaps the most profound expression of love.